Today's edition of MacVoices is sponsored by Smile, the makers of PDF Pen, PDF Pen Pro, PDF Pen for iPhone, PDF Pen for iPad, PDF Pen Scan Plus for iPhone and iPad, Text Expander Touch, and Disk Label. Find out more about all their great products at smilesoftware.com. And by the MacVoices Dispatch, our weekly newsletter for MacVoices viewers and listeners. Get the inside scoop on all the MacVoices news by visiting macvoices.com/newsletter to subscribe. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the Talk of the Mac community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we have something a little bit different today. It was new when we started this, and then unfortunately I came down with the flu. Then I went to CES, so this interview is way overdue on this product, but it's one I'm excited to bring you because I think it solves some problems, or at least increases convenience for a lot of us using iDevices to consume audio and video. I'm happy to welcome from Softorino, Sergey and Josh, who make the application Waltr. Sergey, Josh, great to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and we should say the whole way from Ukraine, so it's wonderful to have you. I really appreciate you staying up a little later to talk to me and to introduce us to Waltr.
Okay. Well, Waltr, it's probably like the first Mac app in the world to let people drag and drop MKV, FLAC files, AVI files, like unsupported formats, into iPhone and iPad without converting them beforehand into, like, you can play them from native apps, native stock apps. You don't have to worry about third-party converters. You don't have to worry about converting them beforehand on the Mac. You just drag and drop, and that's it. It plays in your device. It's magic. What people call it's the words from people's mouths is just magic. It's just how it works.
And you know, we can almost say, okay, that's the interview, and you know, we're done, because that's just how easy it is. And that's what impressed me so much. Whenever you see these things come out, you think, "All right, really?" You know, and it never seems to work out quite that way. But so far, what I've done with Waltr, it really is just that easy. So walk me through exactly the steps, what I go in with, and what I come out with on my iPhone or iPad.
Okay, well, let's say you have a scenario where you're getting ready for a trip. You want to watch some movies, or you want to listen to some music during the trip, on the flight, on the train, whatever. And you probably have like an album and a few movies that you want to watch and listen. And what you do is you launch the app, launch Waltr. You connect your iPhone or iPad. You pick your movie or audio. It doesn't have to be the supported formats that Apple puts us, makes us upload. You can put unsupported formats, the ones that you're not even familiar with. You can put any form. You don't have to worry about the form. You just drag it and drop it into the drop zone of Waltr. And after maybe a minute, it's actually, by the way, it's really super fast. It's so fast that it can upload a 1 GB movie in about 2 minutes. It's that fast. It's faster than iTunes. It's faster than any other software that we. It's not because we're trying to promote our software. It's just that how it works compared to other software. And after it's uploaded, it's ready to be played back from your native apps, which save battery life compared to other third-party apps that you use for playback. So it's that easy. You just drag and drop, and it plays. That's it.
So what is it doing? Is it doing a conversion, or is it repackaging the content into something that the native apps can understand?
Yes, for video files, it's just repacking. It's getting video files in any format, but in H.264 codec, and moving it from MKV to MP4, just it. And for music files, we need to convert them from FLAC to ALAC, just because we can't do the same thing with audio.
Yeah, but there's no quality loss. You just put it into ALAC files, but there's no quality loss, so you get the same quality, but just with Apple lossless.
Okay. How about size? Am I basically taking, and I'll make it up as I go, but am I taking a 10 gig movie file and moving it over as a 10 gig video file that the native apps understand, or am I getting any space savings along the way?
No.
No, for now we have no any features about.
We're not compressing it or anything. It's not like
it's just simple. Yes, we can add a lot of options to compress audio, files, but for now we think that Waltr is upload, just move files fast, and fast is the main priority of Waltr. So it moves all your files. If you upload in 24 kilohertz with 96 audio file, yes, it will be HD audio on your iPhone, and iPhone can play such high quality audio native. So, but yes, we will add some features with this in the future, but not for now.
And don't misunderstand, I don't think that's a bad thing by any means. The fact that the speed trumps the size, because we all know, okay, there are plenty of utilities out there we can use to convert, say, a 10 gig file and save space. But the problem is that that conversion can take, depending on which Mac you have, minutes or hours.
Exactly.
And you know, if I'm running for the plane or whatever, I just want to be able to, while I'm packing, I want to be able to throw some audio or video on my iPad or iPhone and have it ready to go. I don't want to have to do that 2 or 3 step process of going through and converting it. So and then, because at that point, you know, theoretically I'm going to watch the movie once on the iPad and then delete it.
Yes. We didn't want the user to actually worry about anything. We just wanted him to have a seamless experience where he just puts a file in there. He doesn't have to worry about clicking through, choosing the correct codec, the correct format for the iPhone to play it back natively or whatever. He just drops it into the drop zone, and that's it. Waltr completely takes care of everything else and makes it work. And that's the beauty of it, because that's what people want. They want to have just, you know, get the result.
And we are talking about a hardwired transfer. So we're talking about plugging in a lightning cable to accomplish those kind of speeds.
But we do have Wi-Fi connection, Wi-Fi uploading plan for the future.
Yes. It's very unstable and slow for now because iTunes works in this way. So we can do this, just enable this feature, but it's very slow, very unstable, and we want to find out the way how it will be fast and stable, and then we will put it into Waltr.
And we're talking about, on the video side, AVI files, MKV files. On audio, you can handle OGG Vorbis. You can handle complete the lossless files, and a lossless AIFF. You can pretty much handle anything you throw at this.
Exactly. And you can put in ringtones, too. You just drop a ringtone, M4R files, drop it, and it's going to show up in your ringtones section on the iPhone. You don't have to worry about putting it into the exact direction, you know. And it also, what it can do is you can put an audio Q file, and Waltr is going to take care of the track list. You can just drop a Q file, and it's going to take and cut it in through 15 tracks. Let's say you have a Q file and a FLAC file, but you only have to drop a Q file, and it's going to take all 15 tracks, separate them, and you have full album in a beautiful way on your iPhone.
It seems so simple. I mean, that's the thing. I keep looking for things to play with it or make it find things that it doesn't do, and it really doesn't. You've presented it so well and made it so easy that it just works.
It just works. Yeah, that's how we actually present it. It just works. You know, a lot of people wonder what's the magic behind it. What do we do? Do we convert it or whatever? We convert it on the fly if needed. But we mostly transcode it for movies and convert it sometimes when you drop in audios. But because people don't actually need to worry about any information, we hid all the information. It's under the hood, you know. It's all behind the scenes. And that's the beauty of it. That's what users probably want. That's what a Mac experience should be. You know, it's just a seamless experience where you drag and drop. It's simple, it does the job, and it works, you know.
So one thing I did notice, you do require me to turn off iTunes syncing, automatic iTunes syncing, excuse me.
Yes.
Yes, because sometimes if you do have automatic sync turned on, iTunes will sync your device if it's in the range with Wi-Fi, or if you connect it, it will sync and replace the iTunes library, iTunes media library, with the new one that's in your iTunes library list. So it will take away everything that was there before that. That's just how iTunes works. It just completely, swaps the iTunes media library. And because we received a lot of complaints that people didn't know about that, and they probably have Wi-Fi syncing turned on, automatic sync turned on. After uploading with Waltr, all media will be gone if you sync it with iTunes. So we recommend turning it off. That way, iTunes will not swap the iTunes media library, and it will not remove all the videos or audios that were transferred with Waltr.
Okay, so I want to make sure I heard that right and have it straight. I have 10 videos and 15 albums in my iTunes on my iPhone now. As long as I have the automatic syncing turned off, I can sync 2 new movies and 5 new albums with Waltr, and everything still stays there. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Got it. Okay. Again, it's pretty simple, but I also want to be clear, since we keep saying iTunes, that when Waltr moves things over, it's moving them into my iTunes library.
Yes, yes.
And
we spent a lot of time researching. We were developing this technology for about, I think, 14, 16 months.
Yeah, something about this.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on that. We wanted to make something different, not like what competitors do. I mean, we don't have that many competitors, but what similar apps that manage media on iPhones, we wanted to do something different. So we decided to do a lot of research on how iTunes actually works, and we figured out like all the small details on how it manages media, how it puts the songs into what format, all the techie stuff. I don't know about that. Sergey knows more about that, but we figured out how it works, and we created Waltr with that same technology, putting media into iTunes just like iTunes. And we discovered that we can also put unsupported formats if we transcode them like that.
Today's edition of MacVoices is sponsored by Smile, the makers of PDF Pen, PDF Pen Pro, PDF Pen for iPhone, PDF Pen for iPad, PDF Pen Scan Plus for iPhone and iPad, Text Expander Touch, and Disk Label. Find out more about all their great products at smilesoftware.com. Today I want to tell you about PDF Pen, but not the PDF Pen you've known before. PDF Pen has just been revved to version 7 and brings with it all sorts of great new capabilities to make you even more productive when it comes to dealing with your PDFs. There's a new, viewable optical character recognition text layer for proofing OCR text from scanned pages. I'm still a little surprised at the number of times I get in documents via paper rather than email or file transfer, and that's why this is such a great feature. OCR is great, and PDF Pen's OCR delivers a high degree of accuracy, but there always seem to be those 1 or 2 specialized terms that are used in one profession or another that it doesn't always get right. This new text layer lets you make quick work of proofreading and correcting those kinds of errors so that your PDF file is accurate. There's also a new way to sign PDF forms via interactive signature fields. No, this isn't another take on digital signatures. It's a brand new feature that you're going to love and find very useful. Smile has also added context-sensitive pop-up menus to, again, help you get the edits done faster. And because they want to stay as current as possible in the ever-changing, ever-evolving Apple universe, PDF Pen 7 now supports iCloud Drive and iOS 8 and Yosemite. That means that sharing your documents across platforms so they're always at your command just became that much easier. Want more? Step up to PDF Pen Pro 7 and you get all that, plus the ability to export PDFs to Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and PDF archive formats. And of course, that also means you can send them to Apple's Pages and Keynote too. Convert entire websites to multi-page PDFs with the hyperlinks intact, create and edit document tables of contents. There's lots more. Philip Gallard of Smile was my guest on MacVoices 15054, and he told us all about it, along with how the interface has been revamped, and more. Check it out for all the details, and then check out PDF Pen 7 or PDF Pen Pro 7 on the Smile website at smilesoftware.com. You're going to be able to do things with PDFs that you didn't think possible, and you're going to love it. That's Smile Software to pick up the new PDF Pen 7 and PDF Pen Pro 7. Smile, the makers of world-class software, and they've done it again. Thanks to Smile for being the longest-running sponsor of MacVoices. the way you're describing this, if I understand it completely, this almost insulates you from any problems with Apple changing iTunes. As a utility, you're really handling the transfer and moving it over into the library, and iTunes is going to do with it just like it would something if I synced it with iTunes.
Yes. We make iTunes think that you synced it with iTunes. But if you do sync it with iTunes after that with iTunes itself, like I said before, iTunes the way sync works is it swaps iTunes library, so you're gonna lose the media that you uploaded with Waltr before that. But if you just plug it in, it's gonna recognize that. It's gonna recognize those songs, those movies. So we kind of figured out how iTunes actually works, and we created Waltr like that.
Yeah, and I especially like this because if I have an upgrade coming to iTunes or have to reinstall iTunes for any reason, everything's still going to be there. It's not like it's hiding over in a Waltr-specific application somewhere that may or may not work anymore. It's just going to be iTunes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Where'd you guys come up with the idea for this? This is such a great product.
Yeah, it was interesting because when we created this technology allowing to upload files to iOS devices, we thought about creating media manager, large application with moving data from iOS and to iOS devices all the ways. But then we figured out, it was about June 2014, when we sit down and figure out that the main feature all users need, and we as users need, is just upload media files to our devices. And then we started thinking about it, that it doesn't need to be a lot of user interface in app. It needs just simple drag and drop zone. And then one day in August, our developer, Dmitry, came to us and gives us the prototype, just a simple app. Just we can drag and drop MKV file, and then it's appears on my iPhone, and it's like a magic. Was like a magic, and we sit down and think about, oh, it's magic. Yes, I can view MKV file on my iPhone. I never was able to do this, and then we spent one week discussing and thinking about what app we need to do, and then we came with this idea of app that has only one feature, drop zone, without any preferences, without any
no preferences.
Anything, just drop zone, and that's it. And all other stuff is under the hood. It's, for example, if you are dropping some, for example, serious files from the last Breaking Bad.
Yeah, TV shows.
Yes, TV shows, yes. And it will appear in your videos app in TV shows section because Waltr recognizes it. It's like TV show because it has season and episode in it. And we will put it in TV show section, not in the movies, not in the home movies. And Waltr have a lot of such great small details which makes you feel magic. Actually, it's feel magic.
And about that magic, in the latest update, we released subtitles update support, and now you can put in MKV files and TV shows with subtitles, SRT subtitles. You can just select both of them, like a TV show with the SRT subtitles for that TV show, drop it into Waltr, and Waltr is going to recognize that TV show. It's going to put it in proper place and upload those subtitles into that TV show. And that way you're going to be able to play subtitles with that TV show on your iPhone in a format.
That's a very nice new feature.
Smarter and smarter and smarter. Yeah, and you can put in, the beauty of it is that you can select multiple files, ringtone, audio, MKV file, AVI file, SRT all at the same time, and drop that big package into the drop zone, and Waltr is going to just, put it into the right places. That's what makes it really unique. That's what amazes me. I don't know.
Yes, actually, we are users of our own application a lot. I'm using it every day, and not for work. It's for my entertainment, my study, and all the stuff.
One other thing I want to call attention to is the way that you handle the user when you first launch Waltr. There's a short video that plays that tells you exactly what what you need to do to set up Waltr, and that's where you get the notification to disable iTunes automatic syncing. But it also gives you a very brief overview, and I'm not talking about a 60-second overview. I'm talking like just a few second overview of what it can do and how, so that I understand it. And this is something that seems to be lacking from so many software developers. I think they're so close to their product, they forget that I just clicked it, I just downloaded it and opened it, and I think I remember what I downloaded, or maybe I downloaded it at the office today and I didn't get a chance to play with it till tonight. And I don't have a good overview of the features. And I don't mean, again, every single feature. Now, Waltr lends itself to this because it really does just work. But at the same time, I just love that. It made it feel personal to me. It made me feel very confident of it. Okay, I know exactly what to do and what to expect, and I'm off and running.
Awesome. Yeah, that's incredible feedback.
Actually, this was an idea because Waltr is simple, and actually, at the beginning, we're thinking about, no, we don't need something onboarding video and all this stuff. But then we sat down and think about it. We can interact with our users. We want to make them feel special because we're doing magic.
Yeah, you want to personalize.
Then we decided to make some footage and.
Yeah, we created the video for Waltr itself, the main one, the viral video, where we introduced it. We try to make it like Star Wars lookish, and the way we release people, we provide freedom to Apple users because iTunes kind of jails the people with restricted formats and what you can drag and drop, or what you can drag and drop and what you can't, and you have to sync your device. It has to be recognized by iTunes. You cannot just plug in any iPhone. It has to be the one that your iTunes already recognized. You have synced it before. And we wanted to introduce that in the video. And I think it worked. I'm not sure. The viral video kind of went viral, kind of not. Which actually leads us to the viral video itself. As you know, while testing Waltr, while developing it, we discovered that, and you cannot do this with iTunes, you can put in 4K video MKV files into iPhone 6 or iPad Air 2 and play back 4K video on the iPhone. You're not going to be able to see the difference probably on that screen because the screen itself cannot reproduce 4K. But the iPhone 688 chip, it's powerful enough to actually play back 4K video. And we discovered that while testing Waltr, which amazed us. We were like, whoa, because all of us are Mac users and we're all, waiting for new releases from Apple, and we all have Apple TVs, and we thought, whoa, Apple TVs has not been released in a long time. It has not been modified that much. And we thought that probably it's a hidden feature that Apple didn't want us to know. And 4K capability in AA chip is probably going to be in the next Apple TV, next generation Apple TV, because Apple TVs, they take the iPhone AA chip, A6 chip, and we figured out that this is probably something really, really hot in our hands, and we had to pass it on to someone, and we passed it on to one of our friends from United States, a few of our media editors. We passed it on to them. We told them that, here, we got this great story, and do you want to take it? And they said, yeah. But actually, the first one was the first unofficial Apple weblog, which is closed now. Yeah. We passed it on to them, and they had the exclusive, and they pasted it, and they posted it, and it just blew up from then. It just went viral. We created the rumor, probably. We made the discovery, and it went in as a rumor, and it just blew up the internet. With Waltr in those articles, it was mostly about the 4K capability. But they mentioned that our team, Waltr, discovered it, and it made us even more proud of us. And we also overnight, we created the 4K video testing.
Yes. And now this video, it's a small video we created in the middle of the night here in Kiev, has more than
200,000 views.
Yes.
Yeah, that was going back to the viral thing. So this video, the one that we created, is 2 minutes, where it's proof of iPhones playing for 4K video, from our team, and it already has 200 or more thousand views.
It's a long story why we created this unprogramming video.
Yeah.
Well, and again, back to the intro video. And Josh, you're the star, of course. So you'll get to see Josh if you when I should say you go and test this out. But I love the idea that you're sitting there and okay, maybe I'm not quite as quick as you want me to be. So it's like, come on.
Yes. We just wanted to make some interaction with when you're thinking about, you're thinking, he wants me to interact with radio button or checkbox, and then Josh makes that he's not waiting, he's pushing you to do this.
Yeah.
And come on, do this. And yes, it was, we created this special.
We wanted to put some fun into that.
Yes. Yeah, it's perfect. It really is. And again, I think there's a lesson here for a lot of folks on both sides, that this is a way to, and it's not going to happen every time I launch Waltr. It's just the first time. But it reminds you of what its capabilities are, and make sure that you get it set up and running, and you've made it bulletproof because you kind of insist that, okay, I turn off iTunes syncing, so I can't wipe out my iTunes library. And that's just brilliant. So this is a Mac app. We want to make very clear on that. And there is a trial version available.
Yes, there's a 14-day trial.
Yes.
It's available for as a free download, and after 14 days, you have no restrictions. For 14 days, you're free to use it, and after 14 days, we offer a few licenses to purchase, lifetime licenses.
Yes.
So for 14 days, I mean, nothing gets cut off, nothing is watermarked or anything.
At all. You can feel everything from top bottom. You can test any format out there with Waltr before you purchase it.
And what kind of pricing do we have for this?
It's $29.95 for a single license, and we also offer family packs and double packs right now. And double pack is $79, and double pack is $49.
And the website, of course, because this is not on the Mac App Store.
Yes.
This is just go to the website, and the website is?
Yeah, the website is softorino.com/Waltr, WALTR.
But if you're on a Mac, you will go to redirected here.
Yeah, and Waltr, the reason we named it Waltr is also interesting. I mean, it's a really cool app name, and we actually named it. Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Yeah, and you know Walter White. Yeah, so we named it, actually, we were inspired by Walter White because he was like kind of a cool bad guy, but he did amazing things. And I mean, he did not amazing things, but he did what he did really good. And that's why we were inspired by that, because we actually took, a little.
He makes people feel cooler.
Yeah, he makes.
And our app will too.
Yeah, that's what we named it, Waltr.
I was going to ask that question because it did seem like a little bit of an unusual name. So now we know the story.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here and for explaining Waltr to us. And folks, I've tried it, and I have to tell you, it works just as advertised. It's a pleasure, and it saves all that transcoding and everything that you're probably doing now. If you have videos in a non-Apple approved format, now it doesn't matter. You can just take those videos, throw them onto Waltr. They'll be on your iPad or iPhone, ready to go. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Again, the website is softorino.com/Waltr, but go and check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. And definitely, 14-day free trial. Why not? Until the next time, this is Mac Voices. I'm Chuck Joyner. I hope you'll continue to join us as we talk more Apple, Mac, and everything tech-related that you should be interested in. Until the next time, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the Mac Voices blog. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the Mac Voices Dispatch, to stay up to date on all the latest Mac Voices news from our front page or at macvoices.com/newsletter. Do more with your Apple tech by subscribing to the free Mac Voices magazine on Flipboard by visiting macvoices.com/magazine. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.